So welcome back to the next lecture of physical chemistry. So in previous lecture we have seen the differentiation and various formulas for differentiation, and we have tried to use that formula for the actual example, and there I have given some example for your practice and book for the reference of our basic differentiation formulas. Okay? And I hope that most of you have tried to solve that problems. See, if you solve the many problems, okay, in the mathematical problems, then only it will be like benefit, as well as it will make a habit of solving that problems, and then only you can like practice that derivation that we will come across all the course of this physical chemistry. So try to solve as much as problems, otherwise uh, okay, it will not be like that much easier for you. Okay? And one thing is that like for this basic mathematics or some basic integration type, okay, so these things are like irrelevant to your syllabus, but these things are required for the our basic understanding of physical chemistry. Okay, so that's why we are taking this. But some of students are like some might have solving the examples, okay, and they have trying, and if the doubt is coming, there is they can ask to me or some their seniors or some other mathematics students, okay? But most of the students like don't try to solve their problems. So either I need to make that problems compulsory for all of you, or you should at least try to solve by your own. Okay, and here in this MSc, this whole is in 2 years. The actual pattern of our like study will be wholly depends upon your whole efforts. Okay, so during that graduation we will like try to uh, have the proper ready-made book of specified syllabus, and we will try to see that book only. Okay, so the book is sufficient for our all understanding of that subject, but during this master course you need not to be like refer only one book. Okay, so here you have to like refer at least 2 to 3 books for the one topic, then only your concept got clear. Okay, and here this master course is only for the that conceptual clarity. Okay, and once you got the conceptual clarity, then you should try to have the advanced knowledge of that particular topic by your own. Okay, then only this master's course will be good for your future okay, future studies, as well as your if you want to like pursue the good job in the industry also. So there you will not find the uh, like direct if someone is going like remembering the formulas or some other things, they will not hire you. Okay, so there will they will try to have the detailed knowledge of your subject, and that only come after once you finish the all that reference book related to that topic. Okay, so try to solve as much as problems, because it will not be possible for me like for take that all the problems, otherwise we will be like focusing only on the mathematics. Okay, but it is not necessary that much deep. Okay, but you should uh, able to solve that problems for differentiation I'm talking about, because most of the students have not tried to solve that problems. So coming to the topic, that is next topic, that is integration. Okay, so we'll try to finish this integration again in the within 2 lectures, but you also know that during the 12th, this is the most difficult topic that we come across. Okay, so this integration is not that much easy, and also we have got the gap of around 5 to 6 years, so this will also increase the difficulty level of this integration topic. So again, only way to like overcome this difficulty is to solve as much as problems, try to remember the formulas. Okay, so that is the only way that we can apply to get the knowledge of our mathematics. Okay, get back because everyone knows maths. Okay, so we need to just recall that, and we need to apply that to our physical chemistry section. So coming back to the topic, that is indefinite integration. So like we all know that the integration is nothing but the area under the curve. Okay, so basic definition is that the area under the curve. So what are the various techniques to solve that differentiation is that by substitution, by parts, or by partial fraction methods. So there also for definite differentiation we have seen that there are the quite some basic formulas are there, and we can directly use that formulas in order to get the differentiation of our function. Similarly, for this integration also we have the some basic formulas that we will repeatedly use for solving out the given examples. Okay, so first formula is the integration of our one any function, like here you can see that this is the first formula. Okay, here you can see, so this is the one function that is ax plus b raised to n, and we need to take the differentiation with respect to x. Okay, so what will be the integration? The integration is comes out to be the function raised to n plus 1. So here you can see the function raised to n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 into, okay, derivative of this function, derivative of this function, that is 1 upon a plus constant of our integration. Okay, constant of integration. So simply we can say that integration of x raised to n is comes out to be x raised to n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Okay, so the integration of x raised to n is nothing but x raised to n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Okay, so this formula we will use lot many times. Okay, so this is the one formula, and suppose if the function is the linear combination of two variables, then we will use such formulas. Such formulas. Now next is the second formula is the like here we have given the differentiation formulas. Okay, here we have given the differentiation formula. So differentiation is again opposite to that of our derivative. Okay, differentiation is opposite to that of derivative. So we will get the formula of integration. Okay, so this is the first formula. Okay, next second formula is here, integration of a raised to x. So integration of a raised to x is nothing but a raised to x upon log a, upon log a. Okay? And for derivative of a raised to x, we were taking derivative of a raised to x is a raised to x into log of a. Okay, so derivative and integration, they are opposite to each other. Okay? Now next, e raised to x. So derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x, and integration of e raised to x is again e raised to x plus some constant of integration. Okay, constant of integration. Then next is the derivative of the sin x. Okay, so we have like use this trigonometric functions like sin x, cos x. Okay, so we have tried to obtain the differentiation of that. So derivative of sin x is cos x. For cos x is it is minus sin x. So for integration, the integration of cos x is sin x. Okay, so integration of cos x is sin x, and here the integration of sin x is comes out to be the minus cos x. Okay, so here we have seen that the sign is changed. Okay, during this integration the sign has been changed for the particular formula, and during that differentiation, if we try to differentiate, say suppose this function derivative of 5x square, so what will the answer for this 5x square? So the answer for this question is 5 is constant, so we are taking that constant outside into derivative of x square, that is comes out to be 2x. Okay, 2x, and suppose here we are multiplying by the constant. Okay, here we are multiplying by the constant, but during this integration we need to divide by the constant. Okay, so we need to divide by the constant. So try to remember this. Okay, so during derivation or derivative, we multiply by the constant that is associated with the function, and for integration we will divide the constant which is associated with the given variable. So here also you will find this. Okay, okay, this here in this example. So we have been given the function of integration of ax plus b whole raised to n. So there we have like integrated this function and into this 1 by a. So 1 by is came from where? So the component which is associated with the variable x, we need to divide that constant to the whole equation. Okay, so that is the change. So during differentiation we multiply by the constant, and during integration we divide by the constant. Okay, so we are seeing the trigonometric function. So for sine x here, okay, so you can say like, sine x here and here. So for sine x, derivative of sine x is cos x, but the integration of sine x is minus cos x. Okay, so that is the difference, because differentiation and integration are opposite to each other. Okay, next here is cos x, derivative of cos x is minus sine x, but integration of cos x is plus sine x. Okay, so here you can see this, that is the difference, means opposite to that particular function. So these are the few commonly used trigonometric function, like tan x, it is sec square x. Similarly for sec square x it is tan x. Okay, integration. Okay, so from here onwards I will talk only about the integration parts. Okay, so next is the, just a minute. Okay, for this sec x tan x it is sec x, then for cosec x cot x it is minus cosec x, then for cosec x into cot x it is, okay, it is already there. So for cosec square x it is minus cot x. Okay, so these are the commonly used trigonometric function that we have seen, that around 6 functions are there, so that we can use for repeatedly for all problems. Okay, so that are the basic trigonometric functions. Now next it comes out to be the, like we have seen the linear functions or algebraic functions like here. Next we have seen the exponential function here. Okay, next we have seen the trigonometric functions from here, and last we have been left with only logarithmic functions, so that here you can find the logarithmic functions. Okay, so the integration of 1 by x, okay, integration of 1 by x is this. Okay, log x. So like during differentiation we have used the one formula, like a differentiation of dy dx of x raised to n is comes out to be what? N into x raised to n minus 1. Okay, so here we have n into n minus 1. So power we are taking into as a n. Okay, and n can have any value. Okay, n can have any value, that is 0, fraction, as such. Okay, any value. So suppose that if we use the same type of formula for integration, so for integration of x raised to n, the formula is what? X raised to n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Okay, so this is the formula for integration. And now consider this example. So for integration of 1 by x means what? Integration of x raised to minus 1. So if you try to remember or apply this formula, that is integration of x raised to minus 1, so we need to put, for this n we need to put, okay, for this n we need to put, okay, for this n we need to put minus 1. So minus 1, this plus 1, this comes out to be what? 0, and anything upon 0, so x raised to n plus, so minus 1 minus 1 plus 1 divided by, okay, okay. So suppose this divided by 0, this it will comes out to be 0, but anything divided by 0 is not possible. Okay, so this formula, that is first formula, our first formula is only applicable. So here you can see that, okay. So this is the condition. So this formula, this formula is only applicable when n is not equals to -1, okay. So for differentiation we are not having the specific value of n, but here for integration purpose we have to check whether the n is equals to -1 or not. If it is equals to -1, then which formula we are going to use? So we will simply use this formula, okay. So integration of 1 by x is comes out to be log x plus constant of integration, okay. So that is the few basic integration formulas, okay. So what you can do, again make a separate chart of these all formulas, okay. And see, for like this 4 to 5 lectures I have not given any homework, okay, because these are not like that topics that I can force on everybody, okay. सो आपल्याला मॅथमॅटिक्स कसं आहे की जेवढं जास्त समजेल तेवढं बेनिफिट होणार आहे मॅथमॅटिक्सचा. सो स्वतःहून ॲज मच ॲज एक्झाम्पल सॉल्व करण्याचा तुम्ही प्रयत्न करा. सो तरच तुम्ही मॅथमॅटिक्समध्ये ॲटलिस्ट म्हणजे फिजिकल केमिस्ट्रीला जेवढं महत्त्वाचं मॅथमॅटिक्स आहे तेवढं तुम्ही इझिली करू शकता, ओके. कारण की जेवढं मॅथमॅटिक्स तुम्ही कमीत कमी तिथे अडकळणार मॅथमॅटिक्ससाठी, सो तुम्ही फिजिकल केमिस्ट्री बेटर अंडरस्टँड करू शकता, ओके. सो जर तुम्ही मॅथमॅटिक्समध्येच जर प्रॉब्लेम होत असेल तुम्हाला, सो दॅट विल नॉट बी लाईक गेट यू द फिजिकल केमिस्ट्री, ओके. सो try to at least have the basic idea of what we are like simplifying or what we are like derivatizing or what we are integrating, okay. So you should have at least basic idea. Even if you are not remembering the formulas, then also it will be okay, because sometimes the formulas are given to you as a hint. So but you should at least try to simplify the examples. So that is being expected from the MSc students, okay. So you should try at least some simplification method, and then you should directly apply the formulas. You will get the our desired answer, okay. And the physical chemistry is not depends upon the answer, so we have to like interpret that formula. From based upon that formula we come to the some significance of that formula, and we make the physical significance of that formula, and we get the exact idea of what the concept is, okay. सो बघा इथे पण आता होमवर्क देत नाही मी सेपरेट. सो याच्यामध्ये तुम्हाला परत हे जे सर्व फॉर्म्युलाज आहेत ते एका पेजवरती लिहून काढायचे सगळे सेपरेट, आणि ते एक पेज म्हणजे फर्स्ट पेज असायला हवं नोटबुकचं, ओके. सो कधी पण जर तुम्हाला सपोज कारण की आपण हे फॉर्म्युलाज कॉमनली यूज करतच असणार पूर्ण कोर्समध्ये. सो कधी पण जर तुम्हाला कोणता फॉर्म्युला यूज करत असेल, सुरुवातीला 2-3 पेजेस जे तुमचे असतील ती सर्व फॉर्म्युलाजची असतील सर्व, ओके. सो ट्राय टू लिव्ह दॅट 2 to 3 पेजेस ब्लँक for the formulas of all the our concepts, okay. We will see the examples in the next lecture.